Okay, so Marvel's animated What If series, and actually the whole MCU as a whole going forward, might have a huge problem in terms of it making any kind of sense. So I wanted to talk about that. Warning that this will contain massive spoilers for both the Loki series and for episode 8 of Marvel's What If, which is the What If Ultron Won episode. So I finished watching that episode. I did my 1 minute review on it, like I've been doing for all of the Marvel What If episodes. And during that, I mentioned how while I was watching it, I was just thinking something doesn't sit quite right. And it's when you start really thinking about the infinity aspect of the multiverse. Like, for every decision that everybody ever in the entire galaxy makes, they're splintering a multiverse from it. So now in the Loki series, with the TVA keeping track of the sacred timeline, all of those branches in the multiverse were kept in check. But now, as of the season finale of Loki season 1, the TVA stopped doing that. So now we have the multiverse everywhere, hence the What If series and the upcoming Spider-Man movie having Doc Ock in it, and the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and all of that kind of stuff going forward. That clearly Marvel is now like, okay, multiverse time. So in the episode, Ultron wins and kills all of the Avengers except for Hawkeye and Black Widow. He's able to wipe out life on Earth and thus create peace. He thinks his mission is complete until Thanos shows up. He kills Thanos, gets all 6 of the Infinity Stones, and then realizes, oh, there's a whole universe out there of worlds that need to be brought peace. And in his messed up robot programming mind, peace is killing all the life, so that way there's no conflict happening, which is true, but not right. So then, eventually, with all 6 Infinity Stones at his back, he's able to do that. He goes and he wipes out life on every planet. And then, silence. He thinks his mission is complete until he realizes there's a multiverse. A whole infinite number of universes that need his kind of peace. And that is leading to the conflict of the episode and what we'll be following up with in the season finale of him threatening to wipe out all life in the multiverse, one universe at a time. And that got me thinking, well, the second that anything like that even comes close to happening, isn't that an instant win for Ultron? If there's an infinite number of multiverses, aren't there now an infinite number of Ultrons going, oh, multiverse, let me go out and kill them? You can't stop an infinite number of things. So I was like, shoot, you just really can't think about this whole thing. But actually, the only reason that Ultron realizes that the multiverse is out there is because he notices the Watcher watching him. While there may be an infinite number of Ultrons who did snuff out all life in their universe and were successful, only one of those timelines was being watched by the Watcher. So only that one Ultron would have the chance to notice the Watcher watching and thus have the realization of the multiverse and be able to break through into the Watcher's little realm and start spreading his havoc all about the multiverse willy-nilly. So then I was like, oh, okay, problem kind of solved. Well, not entirely. because while only that one Ultron would have noticed it, from that point on, if there are any multiverses that split off, that creates other Ultrons out there. Now, what are some of the things that could happen that would cause another multiverse? Well, a big decision being made, but fortunately for Ultron's motives, but unfortunately for the possibility of him having multiple multiverses of him out there, he's wiped out most of all life in his universe. So there's not a whole lot of choices being made, so not a whole lot of different timelines that can branch off. But we do know at least there are two characters out and around on Earth, Black Widow and Hawkeye. And what is one major thing that they need to figure out, a point where a multiverse could branch out? They need to find the way that they can beat Ultron. And the Watcher comes and he watches as Hawkeye is looking in the file, the one with Zola's file in it. And in this universe that the Watcher is watching, Black Widow takes the box, grabs the file, and now they have the way to win. But due to the idea of multiverses, there's also a multiverse where they did not find that box. The Watcher didn't do anything to interfere, so there was no like cosmic predestination of like, okay, this is what will happen, there's no branching in the timeline. The branch would be they find it, they don't find it. So while there is this one universe that we've been watching in the episode where Ultron is out and he escapes and starts causing havoc in the multiverse, and they did find Zola and they were able to get out, which let's not even start thinking about all the multiverses where they don't make it out, or where Zola just refuses to help them, or Hawkeye spills his water accidentally. There is, just at the basic level, the multiverse where they don't find the way to beat Ultron. But that's okay, right? Because there's that one universe where they did, and if it's a multiversal threat, then like they only need one universe that's able to stop it. Well, sure, but now there's theoretically this universe's Ultron that's going out to kill the multiverse as well. So now, even if in the next episode they beat that Ultron that's trying to kill the multiverse, which, I mean, come on, they're going to. They're getting a whole bunch of Avengers together from across different multiverses to do it. But there will always be an Ultron out there going to wipe out multiverses, and he might never ever get noticed because of just the infinite number of infinite multiverses there are. I mean, every choice on every universe splitting off into a different multiverse, that is an infinite that, like, I truly cannot grasp, and there's no way that anyone can truly grasp. But at least from this one timeline where the Watcher was looking and Ultron realized that there is a multiverse and that he should go out and purify it or whatever, there will always be splinters off from there of an Ultron going out to wipe out life, one universe at a time. And of course, as the multiverse continues throughout Marvel, I think more plot holes like that are just destined to happen. I don't know how you can possibly neatly wrap them all up. So, I'm still looking forward to watching next week's episode. I very much enjoyed episode 8, watching this week's, but just something that I was thinking about. Let me know, do you agree with my take on it? Do you have some other thoughts that might either make things even worse for our heroes going forward, or some way that you can convolute multiverse theory into being like, no, it's just this one Ultron, which, like, I know is probably the case and what will happen and what I'll just have to accept, but it'll always be a plot hole to me, I think. But let me know in the comments below, and have a good week.